You guys voted. You can't tell. Here, you can see this one better, but you voted that you wanted to see my snow globe. Don't like this 29%, like rude, just kidding. But the 71 that did, here we go. So as you can tell, I have way too many to make this a somewhat reasonably long but not too long video. So I'm just going to show you my favorites, my oldest, my newest, my least favorites, just things like that. So let's go. So this is the oldest snow globe that I have. I got it when I was like about 6 or 7, and I wasn't even collecting snow globes at the time. My parents just told me to pick a souvenir from the Alaska Sea Life Center. So I just decided this one was the coolest. As you can see, it broke, all the water came out, but the glass remained intact, and it's just kind of a memory of the first one that I got, so I kept it. So these three are a couple of my favorites, and I will go more into detail now. So as you can obviously tell, this one's from Hawaii, and the reason why this is one of my favorites is because it's just so colorful and unique. Most snow globes that you get are usually pretty standard. They just have the base and then what's inside, but I really like the accents of the dolphins, the glitter, which you can't really see, and just, you know, Hawaii is just a place that a lot of people don't really get to go to, and so I think it's really cool that I got to go there and that I got to get a snow globe from there as well. This is the second one, and again, it's kind of similar to the first with all the whole sea life, but same reason. This is one of my favorites because it's not something that you see every day. Like, barely any portion of the world goes to Guam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but not that I've seen, and from most people's collections, I haven't seen anyone that includes this, so I think that it's really cool. I love sea turtles. No. That's my snow globe. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites just because of the fact that it's rare, and again because I said I like the whole sea life thing. Not really sure why, just really like them because, you know, the more tropical the place, the more colors the snow globe tends to have. And I can say that for a fact because I have a lot of snow globes. The last one that I would classify as my favorite is this Salt Lake City one from Utah, and the reason it's my favorite is because of the shape. As you can tell, most snow globes resemble this shape with kind of like a dome or a circle, but this is straight up a triangle. And it's see-through all the way around. Not really sure what these are, but I think that's just the coolest thing ever. And I really love, you know, I mean, I can't even really explain it. I just love the shape. That's basically the main reason, and it may be stupid, but that's why. So now this is my least favorite snow globe, and I feel really bad because I didn't want to say that about any of them, but the reason why is because it's from Spokane. I've lived in Washington like all of my life, and it's just really plain. If you can see the others, they have like all this decor on the bottom and stuff, but the Spokane one just literally says Spokane, like someone typed it out like black and white on a typewriter or a computer or whatever. And it's pretty basic Washington. Trees, a bear, and a lake. So again, it's an addition. Shoot, I can't speak. It's an addition to my collection, but it's not, you know, the coolest one. So I lied. I'm going to show you as much of my collection as I can without going too long to where this video gets boring. But I know a lot of you guys are like, well, why do you have so many snow globes? The reason for that is it started out as a hobby because my dad travels across the United States and even to certain parts of the world for his job, and he would always ask me what I wanted him to bring me back. And you know, a t-shirt's nice and all that's cool, but I also was in this like stage in elementary school where I really wanted to collect something, and I wanted it to be unique. You know, a lot of girls in my class collect like American Girl doll clothes and things like that, but I wanted something that no one else really had, and that was snow globes. So when my dad brought me a snow globe as like a surprise unexpectedly, I was like, that's what I'm gonna collect. So I'm almost 21 years old now, and I still collect. The goal is to get all 50 states and at least 10 countries, and one day I'd like to pass it along to my kids if they're interested. And they can do whatever they want with it. They can keep it, you know, as in memory of me, or they can sell it, because I know that altogether with all the United States, that would be worth a lot of money. So now we're going back to, you know, just more of my favorites. I would say all of them is my favorite, but I can't, and that would make this too long. But another one that's my favorite is Orlando, Florida, and a couple of reasons for that is, again, because the shape is so unique. It's not your typical dome. It looks like this. And I want to say the shape, but I also don't want to say it wrong. It's not a pentagram. No, it's not a is it a pentagram? No. Pentagon? I really don't know. But anyways, probably should know that. It's don't judge me. But yeah, so this is another one of my favorites because of the shape and because inside it's not just little like white flakes. Like usually most snow globes have little white flakes that when you shake up, they fall down, but these are moon and stars. Like how cool is that? And again, Florida, it's pretty far away from Washington, so any, you know, state that's not close by is usually a cool one that I treasure. Next I have Dallas, Texas, and my stepmom has family in Texas, specifically Dallas, and my dad goes there for work occasionally, and so I have a few Dallas ones, but this is my favorite Dallas one just because it's the most decorated with all the stars. It says Dallas, Texas, you know, a truly an American estate, with, you know, the buildings in the background. I do have quite a few plastic snow globes, which preserve a lot longer, so I tend to appreciate the glass ones more because after a while, if you've had these for more than like 5 to 10 years, sometimes they turn yellow inside. And I'm not sure if that's because of time or if it's just because of it was poorly made, but I found that the plastic ones preserve a lot longer, and I'll show you what you mean right now. As you can see, it's physically yellow. Like, I don't know really what happened. I've had this one for about 7 or 8 years, and it was fine, and then one day it randomly turned this disgusting yellow color. Obviously, it's still an addition to my collection, and you can't even get this snow globe anymore. You can still get ones from Leavenworth, but not this physical one, and it's a dear part of my collection, but it's just disgusting. I hate that it's yellow. There's no physically way to clean the water unless I drain all of it and never put any back in. And then these are more examples of why I like plastic ones better. This one broke. So I move a lot, and this is my Colorado snow globe, and I don't have another one, so I have to keep it like this because I can't get rid of it. It's the only Colorado one I have, but as you can tell, it broke. I moved all my snow globes from Anchorage, Alaska, and some of them made the flight. Some of them, others happened like this. So there's that. And don't get me wrong, I love any type of snow globe. The glass ones are actually my favorite, but I appreciate that the plastic ones preserve more and don't break as easily. And when I moved all my snow globes, I never thought I would have to, so I was like, oh, you know, I don't have to worry about that. But clearly you can tell what happened. So again, this is another one of my favorites, but right now it's not my favorite because it broke, which I'm really bummed about, but here's Colorado. Here's a plastic Dallas, Texas. Again, I've had this one for equally as long as the Leavenworth one that's yellow, and it didn't do anything to the water. So, you know, I'm not sure if that's a manufacturer problem or if it's just sometimes they get old and they turn yellow. You know, I'll keep an eye out. But here's another Dallas, Texas one. Again, it's not my favorite because it's not, you know, there's not actual little things inside. I think that's really cool. But again, it is super cool. It preserves better, and I just really went on a whole tangent about preserving snow globes, so I'm sorry. Then we got Boise. So this is one that my stepmom gave me because a lot of her family live in Idaho as well. And I love this one just because how vibrant and flipping detailed it is. There's literally the Boise State Stadium and the crowd right here, and I wish you could like see better. Let me look, there's the flipping crowd. Like, how detailed is that? And then it says Boise State established 1932, and then if you go around, there's the school, part of the school, and then 2 helmets and more of the stadium, and that's just so detailed. Not to mention this little guy turns blue or orange. The only thing I'm sad about is when I was moving, it came undone. Thank God it didn't break, but the glue from the inside, as you can see around the edges, came undone. So just need to glue that back together. But this is another super cool one because I don't have any collegiate snow globes that go along with it. And it's just super detailed and very well made. Next I got California, and again, this is one of my favorites because I don't know if you've noticed the pattern, but I have usually 1 or 2 snow globes from the same state. I do not have any from California. So it's really cool, and it also really shocks me that I never had California up until recently because I live so close, and I've been to California so many times. So that's really cool that I have a snow globe for California because I didn't before. And then it says just like why it's the bear flag, which again, I had no idea. So you get like a fun fact and a snow globe all in one. So boom, and it's plastic, so it's going to preserve longer. Double boom. I don't know what I'm doing. So as of a few months ago, I started branching out from my collection of the United States to different countries. And I'm going to start off with good old Canada because it is the closest country to where I live. And so when I went to Canada, I was like, I made an executive decision. I'm going to start collecting and flipping Canada. So I got Canada right here. And as you can see, it's really beautiful. It's just kind of all of the nature, the classic maple leaf. And then the whole like map of Canada and all the, not the counties, the provinces and things like that, you know. So like we got Vancouver over here, and then it goes all the way to Quebec and things like that. You know, I just thought that was really cool. Then we got the flag, like I said, the iconic maple leaf, and the reason I didn't include any of the country ones as my favorites is because they're not part of the United States. But this is definitely 100% one of my favorite ones because it's more unique, the fact that it came from another country. And let me tell you that other countries are incredibly hard to get. Because if you don't have a carry-on, then you're traveling and risking it being broken when you have it in a checked bag. So since I went on a road trip, I was able to obtain this little guy. So this is really cool and something that I never thought I would get, but I have one from Japan. And what really like absolutely blows my mind about this one is I know it's not the Eiffel Tower. I know this is not, but it looks like a pink Eiffel Tower and it's really cool. Anyways, off track. So here's cherry blossoms and, you know, just kind of like little koi fish in a pond. And this writing in Japanese, if you speak Japanese, comment below what that says. I believe it says Japan, but I could completely be wrong. But this is just really unique, and again, one of my favorites because how many people can say like, hey, I have a snow globe from Japan? And disclaimer, I do not order any of these snow globes. If me or someone like a family member or something in my life goes and gets them, then I do not have them because I think it's more special that way. Because it's totally easy to order off Amazon a snow globe, but it's not something that one of your friends or family members or person in your life can say that, hey, I went here and got this for you. It makes it better of a story. So this is really cool, and these are all pink. I think they're supposed to represent little cherry blossoms, which is the cutest thing ever. So lastly, and the biggest part of my collection, the biggest snow globe I ever own, is this one from England, and it is massive. It's really, really cool. It's got like a bunch of different things and buildings that England has. Like there's the little double-decker bus, you got the Ferris wheel, Big Ben, a little call box. Like it's just really cool. It's pretty much exactly how I would like think of London, England, is actually specifically this Big Ben, double-decker, and the call box. Like that's always like the stereotypical thing that I thought of. But aside from that, it's super cool and the first like massive snow globe that I have. And I've just never thought to get one, but it's super cool, and I feel like it becomes more real life the bigger it gets. Like but anyways, that's not part of this video. It's how cool is this snow globe? But anyways, yeah, so these are the 3 snow globes that I have from other countries. You know, I'm really mad that I went to Paris and Switzerland and didn't get a snow globe. I literally want to slap my wrist on that for that. But I didn't. But I still have the 3 coolest snow globes from really cool countries. Literally completely different, like, continents. Like, really cool. We got Asia, and then we got Europe, and Canada. Wow, total like brain seizure, whatever. Canada is part of North America, which again falls into the category of the United States, but still 3 completely different continents. I feel like that's a pretty y'all, someone help me, I can't speak. A pretty substantial leap in a collection. So thanks for watching, and I will try to post more videos. Kinda lacking in that just a little bit, but we're back on track now. See you guys next time.